Unfound and thinking that we are worthy of your contribution. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in for the first time a little bit. I guess we now have two little bits, but the other little bit is not in here tonight. I don't know. I know her first name, but I'm not going to say it. But it doesn't seem she was in here tonight. I have to find out where she was. It would have been weird to have two little bits in here. The other person spells her username Lilbit. So interesting. Okay. Let's get to Friday's disappearance. I just did the interview last night, and it is the disappearance of Stephanie Hartwell. This is a disappearance that's going to up the average age of a case covered on Unfound. This disappearance is over 19 years old. It happened on November 28th, 2001. This is a disappearance that you will find on the Charlie Project. You will find it on NamUs, and it does have a Facebook page. It happened in Columbia, Mississippi, and the interview is with Stephanie's sister, Sandoria Hartwell. I think this is the first Sandoria that I've ever known in my life. What a great name. And unlike some of the disappearances we've had earlier this year, where I think you could have a multiple of different choices, a multiple choice case, a variety of different outcomes, foul play, walked off, suicide, or all choices, TJ Murray, Noah Davis, etc. I think this one is a little bit more like Kayleen Ollings from a couple weeks ago, in which it seems we only have one choice. And we only have one, or I should say two suspects, but two suspects who might have been working together. But on the other hand, it's not that clear cut, because there are some contradictions within the case itself, even though it seems to be very straightforward. And this episode is being called The Art of the Lure. We haven't talked about luring a lot. I think that we could think about it in Kayleen Ollings' disappearance from a couple weeks ago, but didn't talk a ton about it. But certainly with Stephanie's, I want to approach that topic. I want to bring new life to that topic, being that we haven't talked about it too much. Certainly not a lot in 2020, but it was a topic that I used to talk about a lot more, maybe going back to like 2018, for example. And then it's kind of taken a back seat because suddenly it doesn't seem like we had a ton of disappearances where it seemed like luring was a situation. Certainly Tyler North's disappearance he got lured to that park by his ex-wife. But not a lot, but it's still significant enough. It plays a role in enough disappearances that people need to know what it is and need to understand it. So I'm going to bring it to the forefront again in this episode to talk about that. And I think when you hear the facts of Stephanie's disappearance, you'll understand why I've done that, because the facts are that Stephanie was at home on the morning of November 28th, and she was talking to one of her friends on the phone. And another woman who she was kind of on again, off again friends with kept buzzing in like call waiting. And finally, Stephanie told the friend that she was on the phone with, "Hey, I got to go. This other woman is coming over." A few minutes later, neighbors saw Stephanie leave her apartment, and actually Stephanie saw them and told them that, yeah, she was going to be getting in this car and she was going to be going to the store, but she'd be coming right back. She never came back. She was never seen again. And the weird part about this is that she said she was going down to the store, but she didn't take her purse. She didn't take her phone. And in fact, when her sister and other family members went over to her apartment, they found that the bathtub, it seems like she was running a bath, filling it up with water, and was only half full. So it seems like she left in a hurry, even though the neighbors saw her leave and said, no, it didn't seem like she was in a hurry at all. And they identified the car that picked her up, and it was a car driven by this woman that she had this on-again, off-again friendship with. It was this woman who's also the cousin of a guy that Stephanie was dating at the time. So you're going to get to hear about all of that. Once again, her sister Sandoria is the guest for the episode. Not a very long episode. Things, like I said, not a ton of facts, not because for any other reason, but this is a somewhat straightforward disappearance, unlike, once again, a Noah Davis's or a TJ Murray's ones that a lot more intricacies. Whereas, like I said, Stephanie's, it's pretty cut and dried on that. Nobody believes that anybody is lying. But that is the disappearance we will be covering this Friday, and we are calling it the art of the lore, because I think this is a perfect example of luring if we believe happened, if what happened seems like what happened. So there you go. Stephanie Hartwell, Hartwell, 25-year-old from Columbia, Mississippi, went missing November 28th, 2001, so just a few months after September 11th. That's interesting a little bit. Just never know. Nope. Delane says, watch your mouth, you're not old. Beauty says, looking forward to it, Ed. Yeah, I think that, like I said, not going to be the longest episode, one of the shorter episodes Unfound has ever done on a disappearance. The interview was just about an hour long. Once again, that's not Sandoria's fault. We talked about everything there was to talk about. And what I like about Sandoria is she was no beating around the bush. If I asked her questions, she got right to the answer. And that makes things usually go a little quicker than maybe a different kind of interview. But that's really all I got for tonight. The time goes so fast. So let's see what we did tonight. The intro talked about my worst disc golf round ever over there at Taylor, simply because I think I was suffering from the effects of allergies. I think that's certainly because once again, I took the medicine, and then yesterday I went up to a much harder course and played much better. But I have a tournament this weekend at Brooksville, PA. It's going to be Brooksville, Florida, not Brooksville, Pennsylvania. There is a Brooksville, Pennsylvania. Brooksville, Florida. And it's going to be a long Saturday and a long Sunday for Ed. I'm going to have to find time to write the blog and everything. Just have to work that out. Still making the wings, take pictures of them to show you how I'm doing my cooking. It is the only cooking I do in my life. And once again, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave tonight. Talked about Joshua Guimond poll. Talked about just Joshua Guimond and ever in general, and how that led me to start thinking about how we're going to start this new project, taking another look at the older episodes, disappearances that we covered in 2016, 2017, because I don't want these people to feel like we've forgotten about them. We haven't. Newsletter came out on Monday. If you'd like to get it, please email me at unfoundpodcast@gmail.com. We talked about upcoming in April, the Q&A episode, update episode number 8. Trials that should be happening regarding Unfound's cases in 2021. Unfound Now, look for that in a couple weeks. Talked about Annette and Barbara from Breckenridge, Colorado, how their murders, it looks like, are going to be solved through DNA. Took just a couple questions from all of you tonight. That's fine. The answer to the song quiz tonight was Wrapped Around Your Finger by the Police. And as usual, we followed everything up, and ended with this Friday's episode, the disappearance of Stephanie Hartwell from Columbia, Mississippi on November 28th, 2001. So that's all I got. Is there any way to get notifications for the podcast? Well, if you have Spotify or Podomatic or iTunes, I think there is a way to get notices when the episodes are posted, Linda. It just depends on how you are listening to the program. Now, if you wait for them to be posted to YouTube by my assistant, Natasha, now that happens usually later in the day on Friday or on Saturday. And if you're a subscriber to this YouTube channel and you've hit the little bell button to get notices, little alarms when new videos are posted, then you can get the new episode alert that way. when it's posted to YouTube. Totally up to you. You're welcome, Eileen. Marlene, you have a good weekend. And you catch up. Yeah. Kathy, thank you for tuning in tonight. Hello, Beauty. You too. Thank you. Linda's just signed up for Podomatic. That's as good a place as any, and it should give you notices and let you know when new episodes. 2 p.m. pretty much every Friday, if not earlier than 2 p.m., Linda, but always on a Friday. And Cherie says, keep your head on a swivel. That means always be looking around. You come out of a Starbucks, a Publix, wherever you are, you're going out to your car, always be looking around, always be looking out for your safety. And that's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much. I so much enjoyed doing this program, talking to all of you. I hope that you feel like you get to know me better every time you watch this show. And I can assure you, I think even my assistants would tell you, the person that you see here is the same person I am everywhere else in my life. My assistants will tell you that. The guys I disc golf with will tell you that. My friends forever, who have been friends since high school, elementary school, will tell you that. And I enjoyed doing that. And I enjoyed getting to know all of you a little bit better. And I hope you feel like you're getting to know me. Good night, everyone.